I've used a bunch of different ways to describe how you should be positioned relative to your team. So I'll tell you both ways of thinking about it. This video is brought to you by Cyanide Esports Professional Coaching in the support of awesome viewers like you. For details on coaching, the community, and other ways to support the channel, please check out the description down below. And do consider liking and subscribing because that stuff really does help us out. Other than that, hope you enjoy. First way is you should always be at the front 2/3 of the team. So you got 6 people on the team, right? You should be a part of the 2 people at the front, but you shouldn't be the person at the front all the time. You should most of the time be the second furthest forward person. So whatever the other tank is, you want to make sure you can see them. And if you're ever going beyond them, it's only for a short period of time. d.va doesn't have the power to just sort of sit at the front, right? That's what Reinhardt and other tanks, that's what even Hammond, Wrecking Ball, that's what he can do. He has the ability to do that and is slippery and can survive up there. d.va can't. Winston can do that. Reinhardt, Orisa, all those sort of tanks can do it. d.va and Zarya aren't that kind. They can survive at the front for a very short period of time. That's one way to think about it. That's just sort of the ideal way, but the ideal positioning. Now, the more in-depth way of thinking about it to understand it is you want to be as far forward as you possibly can to do because you're a short range damage, right? Like all your damage is short range. So I'm going to get as far into their face as I can safely. I had Bubble, and I have Matrix there, so I'm not going to take a lot of damage. I'm going to be as close as I can here, holding left click, and not losing my mech. That's like, okay, I'm taking a lot of damage. I back up a little bit, and continue doing damage here. I'm riding the edge of how much damage I can take without losing my mech. If I lose my mech, I'm throwing. So I don't want to take damage. I'm using cover, and I'm doing as much damage, getting as close to stuff as I can here. So I need to get in here and support my Zarya. Okay, I'm taking a lot of damage, but I'm also getting healed, and we're pushing. And I'll see opportunities that you aren't seeing based on my skill level, because I know I can go in and out-skill someone. So I'm gonna, even if I'm taking damage, I'm gonna get as far in as close as I can. And I see, okay, their team's there. I'm taking too much damage. I'm backing up now. I'm just holding us. No, my team's here. So my team's here. Now I can push again. Oh, got slept. That's a miss on me. I see the Zen shooting his right click there, so I Matrix that. I'm gonna let myself take some damage and use my Matrix to respond to damage and all the fact that I wasn't getting enough heals there. So I'm trying to keep Matrix up for big ults because I know they can have ults now. Also, when I'm taking way too much damage, my team's not healing me enough. I think our Moira's probably out of juice. So we got her orb, so I can push a little bit harder again. I'm trying to get as close as I can. I got my ult too. This is a decent spot because they're kind of split up, so we'll just throw it in and see what happens. Doomfist behind. I don't want to leave him here. So I'm trying to pay attention to everything on all sides. So I'm going to spend as much time as I can helping push the cart. Well, we have at least 3, so I can leave him there. Just don't always trust them to keep 3. And then I'm going to push up and try and have an off angle to whoever's going to come through. Force them to look at me. Putting in damage here. I'm going to get closer now. I know where they're coming from. Get as close in as I can. So just paying attention to ultimates there. It's a shame I went down. I at least blocked the McCree ult, but I was in a bad spot, and I blocked the High Noon, but I wasn't able to kill the Reinhardt in time because they invested Nano Boost on him. So right now I'm deciding if I should even be giving in, and at most I'm going to come as close as I can without sacrificing myself to make sure my team gets out. So that was safe enough for me, and I'm trying to make sure there's no one flanking on us. Yep, see someone up top there. There's a Junker right here. Might be able to get this. Nope, he's being supported. So immediately just throw out my Matrix and say, nope, I'm out. I don't want to deal with that. My Zarya, though, is trying to get a little aggressive. Gotta watch out for those traps. Just doing damage, pressuring their shield a bit. There's another trap up there, it looks like. No fire strikes for my team. Even just doing this is still helping my team because the Reinhardt will have less shield available when the time comes. Okay. Well, that is assuming my team doesn't just get themselves killed. Really hoping they would push with me rather than to the side. So that's a bad play then on my part. If they didn't come with me and I wasn't paying attention to where they were, that's my mistake. We're gonna back out. I'm not gonna use my ult until my team's ready to capitalize on it. And that's unfortunate. So I was playing that 100% right. It's my team that's not playing it right. When like I'm not feeding right there, my team is feeding by not having recognized how far forward they can be safely. So I knew I had to be running away a lot sooner. I need to get out completely. Try and get as much healing as I can. I'll be back with the team. I should be going after this Junkrat. I'm gonna do that in a second here, so my team doesn't have to worry about him. Oh, well, he didn't get me. That's good. They had a nade coming in. I could hear it, so I used my Matrix, even though I couldn't see anything. That's unfortunate for me. Couldn't get any kills because they're all dead already. That's fine. I'm always checking around to make sure no one's getting around this. Even just damaging the shield here, just if they don't have a shield, their tanks are so much less effective. They can't do as much damage at range. I see people getting low, so I'm gonna push in. Okay, a little too much damage on me. Yeah, that's a shame. We just died to reset. I thought we had an opportunity to push a little bit harder. This is all about recognizing how much you can get away with. So I can get way up in here and keep pushing forward because I know I can get out. I see what heroes they have in a given space. I know what my health is. You see, I was still pushing even though I was under half health because I knew that I could get out of that. And I know I have Matrix. And now we're in a bad spot. We have a couple people down. There's nothing I can do. This is actually just the safest way out, so they can't shoot at me while I'm retreating. I'll try and play with my hog. We really shouldn't be doing anything because we're just feeding them all, unless we can make a push together. Where is my team and why are they dying? Oh, look at this Reinhardt getting aggressive. Yeah, we just need to reset. They played it a little too well. I'm not actually going to go into spawn so my Zen can still get some heals. There you go. We gotta come up here and deal with this Junkrat again. Oh wow, their Zen came out here.
Time to raise my APM.
So I stop before I get too far in. Oh, that's a bad place to be right there. Okay, I'm gonna use that because I want to keep my mech, and it's still gonna break a shield at least. Okay, no, that was only to really help me keep my mech. Unfortunate. Just gonna be shooting constantly and playing as far away as I can while still having an angle to shoot at. So always moving too. You notice I'm not stopping.
All systems checked out.
Get right back into my effective range now. So I'm just majoring a lot there too because that blocks off Anna's heals. Oh, I took a lot of damage. Oh, that's really good for us. That's unfortunate for me. No, I couldn't get the shots on him. Theoretically, I could have killed that McCree before he got the ult off, but I missed.
I thought he was hacked, so I thought he wouldn't get it. But...
Nah, the hack had worn off from the EMP. This is really tough because theoretically, d.va and Hog have the least synergy as tanks. You're both sort of solo damage dealing capable, but neither one of you can really help your team. Like, just sort of sit in a spot. You got to be really aggressive. So it works, but you got to play very a very coordinated way. So we're gonna have to make a big play if we're gonna get through this. That's really not good. What ults do we have? I should not have used the ult there. Oh, we're committing everything. Well, we did get a couple picks actually. No, this is working out. We opened up an opportunity. That's big. Our McCree got a lot of good shots. Oh, that's bad. I screwed up. I shouldn't have let the Ana sleep me. I was flying up on top of the payload, trying to make myself as hard hit as possible for as long as possible. That's unfortunate. Yeah, there were a few missed opportunities for myself, but overall, that game was made a lot harder by the team comp. So the biggest thing I could have done was probably get into voice and try to coordinate and communicate with my team. Maybe ask politely for people to swap, or at least try to coordinate when we use ults. Do you understand better what I mean by playing as aggressively as you can, or playing as close to the enemy team as you can without dying, especially on that first point take? That was probably the best example of it, because I'm playing with angles and I'm not letting them get behind me, and rather than having a shield like a Reinhardt, like having a Reinhardt with my team, I was just using walls and cover to be able to get as close as I could, and then if I did take damage, I flew back to my team, that matrix, and fly away.